sandwich friends, welcome back to the Yucky Ham Sandwich channel. I'm Yucky. Welcome back to another day in Thedas with me. Currently we are playing Dragon Age Inquisition. I would like to catch up with Blackwall, Cullen, Cassandra, just because we just came back from Redcliffe and there should be new dialogue going. So first I would like to go into our codex and read about Blackwall. We have not done that yet. I do not have much on Warden Blackwall. We know he became a constable of the Grey in Val Royeaux after Warden Constable Fountain assumed the positions of commander of the Grey from her successor. We also bear the Silverite Wings of Valor, an honor bestowed upon Olesian wardens for deeds of great daring. The details of the act for which Blackwall earned the Silverite Wings, however, are sketchy. Grey Wardens hide their secret well. The medal was likely awarded for a campaign to secure Deep Road's entrance within Olay. Shortly after the Fifth Blight, several Grey Warden lost their lives on that campaign. Perhaps more would have been dead if not for Blackwall. According to my sources, Warden Blackwall was been traveling alone for several years now. The last anyone saw him at the keep in Val Royeaux, it was 937 Dragon. It was been completely abandoned, along with all the others Warden outposts. I believe Blackwall is as curious about this disappearance as we are. Perhaps in time, we'll find the answer. Liliana. So nobody knows where everybody is. That's very odd. At least the wardens.
Make her look at it. So much easier to ignore when it's far away.
Yes. Much easier.
To actually walk out of it. To be that close.
I was lucky.
If I hadn't been saved by the Inquisition soldiers, I don't know what would have happened.
Inquisition soldiers? That's not what I've heard. I have to admit, I thought you'd be...
human?
Yes.
Well, at least you're honest.
Being upfront is better than Oxman.
It was a foolish thought. Should have known better than to say anything. It's what you do and how you do it that's important. Just one question then. How do you think you fit in with all this?
I'm not sure yet, honestly.
It's been a whirlwind. It's hard to say where I fit.
Yes.
I guess we'll have to figure that out.
And she's a Canary.
For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers.
That they do, guys. Why is it there's an exclamation mark? Do I still need to talk to him? Blackwall, come back. Where are you going?
I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look. See if there's anything we can salvage.
That will be great, actually. You're strangely charming. Oh, God. Tell me about the wardens.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
He is one.
The wardens? I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
Okay. What do the wardens do?
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do wardens do when the world's not ending?
There is still Darkspawn. Just because we killed so many in Ferelden doesn't mean they're gone.
True.
And the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for good men with swords. Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others really means. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
Your role in the Blight?
Where were you during the Blight?
I was in Ferelden, on my own like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
Why are you traveling alone?
You haven't had contact with other wardens for a while. Why were you on your own?
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only requires one man. Besides, I've always been a loner.
Yeah, some people just prefer being alone. Where have the wardens gone?
So you have no idea where the rest of the wardens are?
Do you find that odd? The Blight is over. We don't need an organized force. And orders don't change much from day to day. For the last 1,000 years or so, it's been just find Darkspawn, kill them, repeat as necessary.
Let's continue this at another time.
Is that
As you wish.
easy?
I'll be here if you need me.
I do wonder how they there's a bunch of quests now. How they get their orders. I guess like he said, it's just the same thing. Let me see if Cassandra have anything to add.
Do you need something?
Investigate. Tell me about let's talk about we already talked all of that.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
I also need to go to the war table. I have points to spare.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
It wasn't my choice.
That wasn't my idea.
I'd be concerned if it was. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
Guess so. Everything is a mess.
The Conclave destroyed a giant hole in the sky.
Yep.
Things aren't looking good.
Which is why we're needed. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages.
Yeah, they're
now
all
they
over the
argue
place.
over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
I like your enthusiasm. Nah. Someone already told me that I can't romance him anyways. So, I don't mind.
You understand our situation. I appreciate
Yeah,
your
appreciate
opinion.
your opinion.
Look around. Our people are well organized and committed. Despite what the clerics think, we are in the best position to help. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Ryden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was
He
saying.
is busy. Busy man he is. Alright, let's check on Varric and Solus. Alright. As you guys have already known, I've been playing a elf on my second playthrough. I just want to see if there's any different dialogues with a different race. And it has been very interesting because learning things about Solus. I really wanted to romance him just because I thought he would have a lot of knowledge since he does study the Fade.
Need something?
Personal... never mind. So
Carry
he doesn't
on.
have anything to add. Let's talk to Solus and see if he has anything to add.
I told you that it was complicated.
It's complicated, but that's defined.
Greetings.
Oh, nope.
We'll talk later.
I'm surprised he has nothing to add after Redcliffe. Odd. That's okay.
You're right.
Exclamation mark. This guy? Who are you?
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
Identify yourself.
Who are you, soldier?
Cremisius Aclasi with the Bulls Chargers Mercenary Company.
Bull
We mostly
Charger
work out of
Mercenary
Olay and
Company?
Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge.
Iron Bull.
If you'd like to see what the Bulls Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Okay. Tell me about your company.
What can your Bull's Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts.
Okay.
Ask around Val Royeaux. We've got references.
Oh.
You lead a company yourself, right? So you know talk is cheap. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
I will be there. Tell me about your leader.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull. He's a Canary like you.
Oh.
He's big, he's got the horns and all of it.
He's big
He
and he
leads
has
from the front.
horns.
He pays well and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
Why give us this message?
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work.
Ah, okay. We welcome the help.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Cool. So I probably unlock another new place.
Walk in peace. It
Anything-
seems Blackwall knows nothing about the disappearance of the Grey Wardens. It's a disappointment. I am,
Yeah, that
however,
is.
glad that he is with us,
That's true.
even if he was not what I expected. He seems to be a good man, and his experience will be an asset to the Inquisition. As for the other Wardens, I suppose we will have to keep looking.
Annie, you are well connected.
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
Wait, did I ask this? You met the hero of Ferelden.
You have a history with the warden who entered the Blight, don't you?
I had the privilege of calling her friend before she died.
Aw,
The world seemed much duller after that. It still does.
maybe that's why she's so
We can
sad.
continue this conversation later.
You know where I am.
I wonder what she will say if she lived. I wish I could import my game correctly. It's really too bad.
Thanks for checking anyway.
Right. Okay. Let's me go to the war table now.
You built for them
Wait.
the golden city.
This one?
I will take these injury reports to research.
Injury reports.
No, I do not think.
Okay, bowstring removed. Cool.
Mr. Sadar.
Wait, is it this?
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway.
Yes.
It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. It must be easier because you're not human. They already see you as different from those of us who lived in circles. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures.
I see.
Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
I found something for you.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Aw, Tranquil and I don't really like that, but that's fine. Let's go to the Ward Castle. I think I have a lot of points. I'm pretty sure I have a lot of points. I have 34. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be here a while. I think after a lot of consideration, I think I will go with arcane knowledge, just because it opens up new dialogue options related to the Fade and arcane study. I think I'm interested in learning more about those. Yeah. Right. Ferelden. Let's go over here. Ambassador Montelier. The Inquisitions and mercenaries were a welcome addition to our vigil. As a token of my thanks, I am sending Ferelden arms for your troops. May the Maker grant you never need them. Well, I appreciate that. Let's go over here. Let's see what over here. Inquisition. As a longtime scholar of the ancient Avar, I found the information you uncovered about Tirda Bright Axe fascinating. Many believe the Avar unsophisticated barbarians were no culture worth studying, but do not Elysians say the same of us? The rich oral tradition of the Avar has been largely lost, leaving only these ruined marked fragments. Nevertheless, these confirm that we have heard in stories that Tirda pulled her tribe away from a would-be warlord and chose a hard life in the mountains for uncertain reason. It is fortunate that she did, for had the Avar remained, ancient Alamari might have pushed north and attract the attentions of the Neromanian tribes that would one day from the Defender Imperium. Had that happened, it is unlikely that Alamari would have survived to become Ferelden as we know it. I may be able to find the site where Tirda legendary axe is located. A crystal-headed axe, said to be burned with flames, would be a fascinating find if the Inquisition will finance my expedition. Okay. Sister Dorcas has distant ties to Ferelden nobility. There are nobles who would happily gain favor with Al Eamon by helping her. The Afar tribes are not friendly. My scout can get Sister Dorcas in and out the mountains safely. If it's worth our time, I can provide this scholar with soldiers to protect her. Nah. Let's send
Let's see
Liliana.
what we have.
Let's get to the cult of Andraste. Before the Fifth Blight and the arrival of the hero of Ferelden, Haven was occupied by the cultists who worship a dragon, one they believed to be Andraste reborn. Both the cultists and the dragons were long gone by the time the Chantry arrived to build the Temple of Sacred Ashes, but there may still be uncovered passage in the mountains containing their relics. With a concerted search effort, it might be possible to unearth something useful to the Inquisition.
To work?
Oh, I accidentally pressed it. That's okay. It's fine. I was about to read it. I need a favor. Actually, let's call it a loan. Since I'll pay it back, I got a letter from my editor in Corkwall today. She tells me that the Heart in Hightown 3, the repunching appeared in printing from an Antivan printer a couple weeks ago. I'll give you a moment to contemplate the horror that is that title. I had my contact in the Merchants Guild look for the author a couple years back. The best they could find out after spending a couple of hundred gold was that Pero Balenford is a pen name. I could have told them that for free. You have got contact with the Antivan print house. Maybe you could find out more than the guild. This is perfect for Josephine, actually. I could ask a friend in Antiva City to look into this matter, I suppose.
At your service.
That works. Everyone else is super busy doing something else. I don't think I can have them do anything. Ardar. Kato came back looking like she's crawled out of a dragon's mouth. Some of the others too. Most of them wounded. All of them angry, but alive. They said they were spun from some noble dungeon by people in eyeball armor. I assume that's your doing? Thanks. P.S. Good work on not being dead. Alright, I think that's all I got. I think now I will be going to World Royale now and explore that place. Let me here now, the docks. Examine. Difficult time for those who have lost. While I understand the concern for the property and the general dressing of the bazaar, I must caution that release is needed. We are suffering not just ongoing civil conflict pitting brothers against sisters, not just outright war pitting Templars against mages, not just the loss of our most holy and the best of our leaders. We are suffering all three, as the sky is wounded for all to see. All we know of our world is threatened, along with all we know of the next. With this most grieved notion, I ask that the wits of lost and missing remain, that the citizens, however indirectly, be allowed to post their grief of known dead and the name of hopefully living, and with them their criticism of how they have been told or not told. For a while, I have no doubt as we Olesians will remain our utmost composure. There must be a release, there must be grief, there must be mourning. If not, if we do not allow these simple expressions, we risk a greater outburst. Let our people shed their tears in as reserved a mean as necessary. The market will be cleared in due course. But this day, at this time, we must let this simple expression stand. Written by Captain Ambion, Olesian Guard. Cool. What's up here? Nope, cannot go in there. People are so fancy here. Look at this. Everyone is wearing a mask.
Must be something here. Let's look around.
Yes, there's something here. Ooh. Favor for friends. A red handkerchief folded around a key with a small, hasty scrawl. Key lipped from drunk squaring about Harold. Don't know what door. I'm out. My debt is paid. Okay. Examine. Tumors, floating, taste is off. Water birds die off. Restock fell. Fish not fit. Do not consume. Okay, so the fish are poisoned? Maybe I can just jump down. I keep pressing it. Okay, let's jump. There you go. I made it. A scrap of parchment is hastily torn from an ornate document, stuffed into a hiding place with a large red sock. And we are to obey well. We meet at 3 bells to discuss how best to serve the new way. Scrawled below in a misspelled script. Harold, go at a time. Praise addressed. Taken together, the message review a time path and a key to a location on the world map. What is this place? That was a lot of reading too, by the way.
The Inquisition's herald!
Inquisition Herald! Are we being tricked to be here? And then let's burn him. I think he's dead. Cool. General Royeaux, correct? Yeah, I think we are. I bet we're being tricked. Why send the note and now trying to kill us? That makes no sense. Upton Cutter. Okay. Where are we going right now? The door opens, and how about this right here? Nope. I thought there's something there. Let's open this door now. Oh!
Herald of Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
Yeah, you're wearing a mask
Don't
too.
fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive
way
in
he
victories
stands.
against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Well,
Ugh.
Squishy one, but you heard me, right?
important.
Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve.
Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're well fit. Heard about your kind. Seeing's different. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're
I
the
glow.
herald thingy.
Sure. And who are you? Yes, I am. Why?
Sure, why not? I glow. What's
glow.
going on?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sera.
People,
This is cover.
people?
Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Why did you take their weapons?
Interesting.
Because no breaches.
They don't wear underwear, right? That's what it means, right? She's an interesting character. Be funny to bring her around, I guess. She's having fun killing people. I think that's it.
Cheeky, yeah?
Cheeky. Oh, I wanted to loot.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
Just like that? It's not a game. Did you set me up?
All I know about you or your group is that I followed a random trail into a trap.
Yeah,
What
pretty
trap?
much.
You knocked, he crapped. It's... Look,
You
it's like
know he
this.
crapped.
I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate.
Ah.
So here, in your face, I'm Sera. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I use them to help you. Plus arrows.
You can provide soldiers, so you're offering spies. Can you provide noble allies? So you're offering spies.
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around, blah, blah, I'll crush you, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. If you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
Investigate. Who exactly are your people?
So who are your Friends of Red Jenny? You must know them.
It's not hard to understand if you're not trying to waste your day on it. Someone little always hates someone big. And
Right.
unless you don't eat, sleep, or piss, you're never far from someone little. Doesn't always work out, but a lot of people hated this guy. Someone got a laugh, someone got even, someone got paid.
And someone has to have explained to them that free help is good.
Right. Why ask if I glow?
Back there, you wanted to know if I glowed. Why?
That's what you do, innit? You walked out of somewhere and now you glow. Andraste's herald. True or not, it seemed like the easiest way to know it was you.
True or not?
Well, that's what they say and all. Look, don't get ahead, yeah? I want to help this... whatever it is. Inquisition.
Sounds petty and criminal.
You sound like a thief who acts out petty revenge fantasies. And that might be bad.
Oh, right. You want to prop that guy up so I can say my sorries? Bad things should happen to bad people. We find someone not so bad, maybe he'll end up not so dead. Good enough?
But you didn't know him.
You say that like it's obvious, but you didn't know him.
I knew about him.
That's just rumor.
Look, I'd have been fine stripping his guards and nicking his stuff. Turns out he deserved worse. Or was him trying to kill you a good thing? Are you the baddie? Didn't think so.
Sure, join for now if you want to.
All right, Sarah.
She's
I
interesting.
Can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
Are we going to a party? I'm so out of place.
Lady Adar of the Inquisition.
What a
I'm
pleasure
so
to meet
out
you,
of
my lady.
place.
Seeing the same faces at every event becomes so tiresome. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer. Or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
Investigate. You know of me.
What have you heard about me?
Some say that when the veil opened, Andraste herself delivered you from the Fade.
Wow. Madame de Fer?
I'm not familiar with that name. I was invited here by First Enchanter Vivienne.
Yes, I need
Madame
to see her.
de Fer is a fond nickname the court has given Lady Vivienne.
I've heard she finds it amusing.
Tell me about the Duke.
I've heard very little about Duke Bastien.
He hasn't been seen much at court lately.
Maybe he's
His
sick.
business with the Council of Heralds often takes him from home for long periods. It can't be good for a man of his years.
And of course, there's the civil war. Bastien probably wishes to distance himself from the actions of his one-time son-in-law.
Tearing up the Dales in a foolish bid for power? It will end in disgrace for Gaspard. Everyone knows it.
Ideal gossip. Everything they told you is fact. What have you heard about me?
Some of those storytellers may have gotten carried away.
Like Varric?
But only for the best effect. The Inquisition is a ripe subject for wild tales.
True.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit.
Who are you?
Washed up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously.
Why do you have like a
Everyone
big
knows
fluff
it's
on
just
your
an
head?
excuse for a
Looks
bunch
weird.
of political outcasts to
Look
grab
like a
power.
marshmallow. I want justice for the divine.
That's not true. I'm just searching for Divine Justinia's killer.
Of course you are. I'm sure your army is out scouring the hills for her murderer as we speak.
What's your problem?
We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a woman of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
Are you challenging me?
My dear Marquis, how unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests.
Ooh, look at her.
You know
She's
such rudeness
fancy.
is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should.
I guess she's a mage?
Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lady, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What
I'm
would you have
good.
me do with this foolish, foolish man?
Kill him! Just kidding. Just let him go. No harm done.
I think the Marquis has seen the error of his ways.
Yeah.
By the grace of Andraste, you have your life, my dear. Do be more careful with it. I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you.
A lot of people want to meet me.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first Enchanter of Montsimard and Enchantress to the Imperial Court.
Enchantress to Imperial Court. Wow.
Is that Marquis going to pose a problem?
His aunt is the Vicomtesse of Mont de Glace. Not a powerful family, but well respected. And very devout. Alphonse will be disowned for this. It's not the first time he's brought his aunt disgrace, but I'm sure it'll be the last. And after such a public humiliation, I expect he'll run off to the Dales to join the Empress's war effort. Either to make a good end, or to win back a modicum of self-respect.
Well, interesting party so far.
Your salon has certainly exceeded my expectations so far.
I'm glad to keep you entertained, my dear. I wanted to meet face to face. It is important to consider one's connections carefully. With Divine Justinia dead, the Chantry's in shambles.
Right.
Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
Really? As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas? Are you sure? Why? I just love everybody. I just want to have love interest with everybody. Investigate. What are loyal mages?
You
The
say
hell
you
is
led
that?
the last of the loyal mages. Loyal to
Yeah,
whom?
to whom?
To the people of Thedas, of course.
The people of
We
Thedas?
have not forgotten the commandment, as some have, that magic exists to serve man. I support any effort to restore such order.
Okay. Do you support the Circle?
So you're in favor of returning the mages to the Circle, then?
Where else can mages safely learn to master their talents? We need an institution to protect and nurture magic. Maker knows, magic will find neither on its own.
What do you get out of this?
What's in this for you?
The same thing anyone gets by fighting this chaos. The chance to meet my enemy, to decide my fate. I won't wait quietly for destruction.
Okay, what assistance do you bring?
What exactly can you do for the Inquisition?
I am well versed in the politics
Yeah,
of the
I figured
Orlesian Empire.
politics.
I know every member of the Imperial Court personally. I have all the resources remaining to the Circle at my disposal. And I'm a mage of no small talent. Will that do?
Having someone that knows everybody in the government is very important if I'm running an Inquisition. Yes, you are welcome aboard.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
I guess I have recruited another person. Maybe I can go find them now and maybe talk to Cassandra. No, what is this? Special shipment? I'll go check that out. Vivienne is there. Josephine is there. Solus. Where's the other girl at? Sera. Okay. I'm gonna go see what that is over there. And then I will go talk to the new people and look at each of their codexes. Oh.
Good luck sealing those rings.
It's this thing. I already got it, but it kept popping up that I didn't. It's very odd. Oh. Didn't I already have those? Very odd.
Good luck sealing those rifts.
Thank you. I will definitely try my best. Sera. Let's go find her now. And before I talk to her, I will look at her codex. Ah, she at the bar, of course. There she is. This report by Josephine has been defaced numerous times in a different hand. On Sera Red Jennings and Lacissima Lady Parts for Knucklefront. It falls to me to comment on this Red Jenny. For as a creatures of the court, I must have seen the effect of her actions, although I cannot be certain. Does that make them effective or ineffective? What I know is that she has vaccinated guardsmen across Thedas and always escape accessing all valuable records. It seems clear that there have been multiple embodiment of the name. Often at the time, the limitation of communications are such that this is impossible to verify in the moment. A crude drawing of a guard with her breeches at her ankles. The severity of the attribute actions vary widely, from the petty to the outright vicious. While official report labeled these actions unfair, I have knowledge of many named as victims, and so far are suspect character. Sera would call them something altogether untoward. Yes, shit, the lot of them. There are tales of the Red Jennings targeting criminals, slaver, and even assassins' guild. Benefit of having a logo is that they are invested in regional concern. Although this obviously varies, I can discern protocol. No need a title to be awful and deserved it. So who is our Red Jenny? She has been amusing herself in Royeaux for some time, although it is clear from her accent that she is deeply Vereldan. She met with outright laughter my inquiry as to whether she had any special elven concerns that I could address. I have conferred with Liliana about the danger of this group, and our estimation is that this incarnation of Red Jenny is, at least, a good distraction. Aw, the scary one cares. She went and read the notes. Oh. Hi, Sera. Let's talk.
So, this is it, huh? Oh, no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. That would have been hilarious if you were a man, right? Wasted. Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
There's more going on. The Conclave tried and failed. Which side are you on?
The Templars and the mages. Most people pick a side.
Most people are stupid.
But where do you stand on the wall?
Yeah.
In the frigging middle with everyone else. You know what I hear about mages? Nothing, until one goes all demony. Know what I hear about Templars? Nothing, until they take maybe mages. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
And what questions are those?
Is there something else you're
intriguing
looking for? Like, what's behind all this?
Maybe. I don't know. First things first, right? I help you, march, arrow, kick. Then people stop being stupid, and everything starts to make sense again. Sound good to you, old-touched Lady Herald?
I only cared about stopping it.
As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
Fact. Spare the frills, just get it all back to normal. Best plan I've heard. Only plan I've heard, really. Everyone up their own arses. Let's get things done.
I like her. She is to the point, very honest.
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. First clue to a total arse. Fact.
You don't fit in. Oh, I can actually kick her out. Tell me about your background.
Tell me about yourself.
What about me?
Who trained you?
You're skilled. Who taught you how to use a bow?
No one.
No one.
Seems unlikely.
What? I picked it up here and there. Mostly it just makes sense. It's not like that for you.
Not typically.
Usually it takes considerable distance.
Yeah.
Hence my question.
Look, I work at it. Practice a little. Not like Cullen and his pets. I mean, you miss, then you don't. Is it that hard to see when it's wrong?
Is it an elf thing?
Most I know couldn't find an arrow sitting on it. Right. Maybe I just make it look easy in shite company. Fact still is, no teacher. Where would I find one in alleyways anyway?
Where are you from?
How about the basics? Where are you from?
Heraldon.
I got that from
knew
the
it.
accent.
Because we read the codex.
Over? Okay, fine. Denerim for a bit. South, north, wherever I want.
Yeah, wherever you are. Don't keep secrets. I can make some evasive jokes too.
Oh, you're from wherever. I'm from north wherever.
What?
North wherever. Oh, we had fun on street and or in local tavern.
Oh, hardy ha. Oh, funny you. It's complicated. I don't like complicated. Let's leave it at that. Maybe.
You're different for an elf.
You're not like most of the elves.
Yeah.
Thanks, right? Or was that an insult? Suppose I could go barefoot and whine. Like that's soulless, right?
Never be as good as we were.
Well, who's we? I'm just fine.
There's no vow in tradition? You're saying to get over it? Just throw it all away?
There's nothing to learn from any of that history.
Yes, don't do that. What? We lost so bad there was nothing left. You figure out what they wore on their deathbed. You wear it. Waste of time.
Wow.
We'll talk later.
If you say so.
She is very interesting. At least she's fun.
Chasing mages, that's a Templar's job. A big, armored, pissed-off helm polisher. Not too late to go find some. Or stay home.
Tell me about your friends.
You apparently have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
What does your group do?
Are you just about pranks and revenge, or is there
Seems
more
like
to
it.
Well, it's a weave, right? I grease the ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt a sprain. Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall, so someone gets something else. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
Yeah, good to know.
I'm glad I met you before someone decided what I deserve.
You're no hateful ass so far. I'd just get you with a pie or something. Anyway, assassin's a bard's job, innit? No fun, that, though. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise another. Plus, I'm shy at singing.
Was there ever a Red Jenny?
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Don't know.
Not if it works. I mean, red is scary because blood.
Oh, okay.
And Jenny is... Look, nobody fears the bunch of people who do random stuff. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe normal people can't get at them. Numbers, right? It don't have to be so complicated.
Do you share the blame too? It seems too casual. Someone must be in large.
So do you take turns leading or something
Or
like
charge?
There's nothing to lead. Put a few favors in, take a few out. Stop and you cut yourself out. Other than that, we stay out of each other's way.
Yeah.
Probably best. Some are right.
I expect people from you.
Where are the people you promised?
Yeah.
If I knew, there wouldn't be much use. That's sort of the point. Look, unless your baddies are rocks or trees, they have people they use. Cooks, squires, wipers. Yeah, I know, wipers, right? You better believe the ones with wipers deserve it. Right in the... Well, anyway. The little people will be there when you need them. In a million little ways.
Right. So strength in numbers.
So lots of little contributions add up in the background, like snowflakes that snap a branch.
What? Sure. Like snow, I guess.
I'm
anyway,
confusing
it just
her.
works most of the time. Friend of a friend and little hints. Mind you, you still have to be smart. Don't bet your life unless you're into that. To be clear, I'm not into that.
Well, as long as it works.
I can play along if it works for you.
You have a choice. Hail the Inquisition.
That's all.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
Be fun to take her out for some mission from time to time. I wonder if Solus had anything to add.
Hello.
No, he
We'll
does
talk
not.
later.
Goodbye.
What about over here? Can I upgrade my potion now? Ooh, there you go. Healing 1 research there. I still don't have a whatchamacallit. I can research this. Duration 2. Increased healing. I can do that one. Life word. No, I cannot do that. Lyrium potion. I have one. I need 1 black lotus. Dang it. Wait, how about not tornadoes? How about grenades? Nope. Not yet.
Sigrid can get that for you, sir.
Let's go visit Vivienne now.
You've never been to a circle, as far as I can tell.
Oh, she doesn't have
yet
a
you're
mask now.
remarkably skilled. Were you self-taught?
Tougher sharks have their own ways.
My people know a thing or two about magic.
I had heard that magic practiced by the Kunari in Talvashoth was formidable. but I never had the chance to observe it myself. In my own experience,
She's
nothing
beautiful.
is more deadly to a young mage than a lack of knowledge, which makes the current state of things precarious.
Right.
What do you imagine will happen if the circles are not restored? Do you foresee the Dalish taking us all under their wing?
This cures harms everyone. The rebels are apostates. Justice is all that matters. Mages should be free. The Templar made their bed. We need a circle to restore. Mages should be free.
Mages deserve the same freedom as anyone else.
I hear that so often. It must be a great comfort to the common folk to know that their survival is trivial compared to our freedom. I'm sure that makes everything better. Justinia's death has shattered the balance of power in Thedas. If it is not restored quickly, countless lives will be lost. Mages, Templars, innocent people of all kinds now look to the Inquisition to decide their fate.
I'm surprised she doesn't agree. I totally agree that mages should go to a school to learn magic. Send them to a school like Harry Potter, like Hogwarts, for like 6 to 8 years to learn their magic, and they should be free to do whatever they wanted to. Of course, there will be people that regulate like blood magic and whatnot, but mages shouldn't be locked in a tower their whole lives.
I'll try not to let them down.
Failure is a luxury we cannot afford, my dear. For almost 1,000 years, the world believed it was in the hands of the Maker. And now many believe you are the agent of his will.
Oh man.
Whatever the truth is, that belief gives you power.
I'll use it to change things. The Chantry will be restored. Andraste chose me. No one should have that kind of power. The Chantry will be restored.
Once this is over, the task of speaking for the Maker will be the Chantry's problem again.
Yes.
That's reassuring to hear. I've stolen enough of your time, my dear. Don't let me keep you.
She reminds me of like really strict teachers.
Yes?
Investigate. Tell me about the circle.
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
Investigate. Wasn't the circle disbanded?
If the circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
Yeah.
The circle is an idea, my dear.
Ah.
And an idea cannot be dissolved.
Right.
Many of the first enchanters voted for rebellion, caring little that anything short of a unanimous decision would pit mage against mage. Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the circle in two. The rebels follow her, the loyalists follow me.
Ah, the loyals follow her. Okay. Should you replace Fiona?
If you led all the loyalists, why are you only First Enchanter and not Grand
Yeah.
Enchanter?
Grand Enchanters are elected, and since there are no First Enchanters besides myself, no vote can be held. I could name myself Grand Enchanter, but the title holds no meaning now. When the circles are restored, that will change.
Okay. I have better understanding of what that means now. What was the circle life like?
What was it like to live in a circle?
My dear, your question is the root of all problems with mages. I cannot tell you. Every circle was different. Their Templars were different, their politics unique.
Right.
And every person within each tower had an experience of circle life unique to themselves. Some people suffered and some were content. Some were cruel, some compassionate, and some indifferent.
Okay.
The same is true of people everywhere, in all circumstances, whether they are mages or not.
What about your experience?
So tell me about your personal experience with the circle.
I enjoyed life in the Montsimard Circle, my dear. It was an edifice devoted to knowledge and refinement. And there is comfort to be had, you know, in the company of fellow mages.
Right, of course.
Those born without magic will never truly understand us.
Was confinement hard?
You must have been under constant supervision.
Yeah.
Being forced by Templars to live in the tower. Was that hard to endure?
My dear, I have a suite in the palace and a wing at my dear Duke Bastien's estate. I've never been forced to live anywhere.
But that's not
Most
all
circles
mages, right?
allowed mages to live away from the tower, either on their own or in service to the nobility. All that was required was permission from the First Enchanter. Some circles were harsher in their restrictions. Kirkwall was the worst, but it was the exception. Most were quite permissive. Perhaps too permissive, in retrospect.
How did the rebellion start?
How did we come to this state with the circles in revolt?
The Kirkwall.
A failure of perspective that infected Circle leadership. Mages lived solely in a world of Templars and mages. They could not even imagine what was beyond the tower walls. Kirkwall gave the world a reason to remember its fear of magic. A mage killed hundreds with a snap of their fingers.
Yep.
Across Thedas, a new tangible fear of magic grew. Commoners and nobles alike called out to the Chantry for protection. But the malcontents in the towers thought nothing of this. They cared only for themselves and for their anger at the new Templar restrictions. When a mage attempted to assassinate Divine Justinia, again, the mages protested the investigation. The leadership chose to vote on independence based on the intolerable conditions imposed by the Templars, sparing no thought to the fact that magic was more feared in the aftermath of these attacks than it had been since Tevinter's day. So long as they had their freedom, they could care little for riots, angry mobs, or about pitting mages against each other.
Interesting. Do you know Fiona?
Are you familiar with Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Yeah.
We've met. Before her horrendously ill-timed and selfish vote for independence, I thought her adequate at her job. In her dotage, she could not handle looking after the well-being of so many people. We would have done better to replace her years ago, to let her spend time gardening.
She sold her people to the Defenders too. Were they justified?
Did they have cause to rebel?
In the aftermath of their terrorist attacks? Was that really the most opportune time to break away? By all means, protest abuses by the Templars. Just don't do it in a way that says mages support wholesale murder. By voting when they did, my colleagues all but declared war upon the ordinary people of Thedas. A war in which we are outnumbered 100 to 1.
Wait, mages are fighting mages?
I thought the fighting was only between mages and Templars. Why are mages fighting mages?
The vote for independence was carried by only a small margin, but Fiona chose to let the motion stand. Those who opposed a rash declaration of war against the entire free world had little choice. By breaking from the Chantry when they did, the rebels declared themselves in support of mass murder. Anyone who did not wish to support terrorism and the slaughter of innocents was forced to take arms against the rebels.
I wonder where Enders is now.
Yes?
I want to help the Circle. I don't want to say that just yet. Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Where are you from?
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches.
In the Free Marches?
I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Montsimar while still an apprentice.
Interesting. How did you become a courtier?
I'm curious how a Circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there.
Of course.
I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
Nice. You married a duke.
You're married to the Duke de Ghislaine.
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
Oh, what does his wife think?
And what does the Duchess de Ghislaine think of this arrangement?
We got along quite well.
Oh.
Duchess Nicoline and I used to host musical salons together. She was a great patron of the arts. She passed away from a fever a few years ago, the poor dear.
Interesting. What is the court enchanter? What do you guys do?
Does a court enchanter have?
Yeah.
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks. In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
Alright, any chance we might... No. We're not doing the love section. Let me see if some of the stuff came back yet. Ferelden. Alright, it came back. Dear Josephine, I have looked into the matter of your writer, That book, by the way, is truly dreadful and had been penned by every critic in Antiva. Publisher does not know the identity of the writer. They received manuscript by the courier. I was able to track down the courier, however, who is receiving her package from another courier out of Corkwall. Alright. The Red Jenny. I do not know how someone would come to this idea, but I can see the use. It is a large area to search, however. A memo from Josephine written on a note from Sera. Know what ruined a party? Bees. I know a man who teaches how. To jot them safe but angry. Stinging no good for honey, but great for throwing. He's somewhere south. Sera has scribbled a jar of bees hitting someone in the face. Also a butt. Alright. Busy on a mission. I can send runners among the bands. If this weapon can help, it can be found. It's too large for an area to cover, but bounty hunters are a simpler bet. There, I will send some runners. How about this? The cult of Andraste. It's incredible how many passages remain uncovered even after the Chauncey arrival, and they scoured every inch of these mountains for years in search of anything related to the sacred ashes. The cult didn't build all of this, it was just here long before, and who knows how many years it could take to find it all. Of the new passage uncovered during the search, most were long, empty, and contained good far beyond salvage. A few, however, yield some artifacts and interest, and one evidently contains strange ruins we have yet to translate. If we can find someone able to do so, they might prove of use. Let me see. Olay now. I still have one more. I can use Cullen. The Imperial Court. No, not the Imperial Court. Red Jenny, grab and drop. I can make no sense of this. The Herald found her. Perhaps she can advise. Cullen, a letter from Sera follows. For your big hat, Lord, whoever says you are rubbish, this servant don't care, but could. Drop a few things for him. They will give a Josephine a surprise. I think a scroll or something. Sera, let me have Cullen do it. We have no time for games. For simpler to stop this with soldiers or find favor on a noble.
All right.
Okay, I think I'm good. On the board. Ooh, approves. Map. I guess I can go see the fellow mayor and the Iron Bowl. And what is this? The Back Emporium. And then I have somewhere that's all the way out here. The Forbidden Olay. Alright. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. With that said, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Alright, what is all this? Ooh.